I bring you to our airways this morning, as I've kept in touch with you over the years, on perhaps what's not the happiest memory in your career, because this, folks, on January the 8th, 2000, is the anniversary, obviously the 14th anniversary of the Music City Miracle. Steve, an American Football Conference game you well remember, wild card matchup. You were playing down there in Tennessee. If I could just take you halfway through it, the Titans led 12-0 at the half. You guys came in off the half, and Antoine Smith was running for you there. He had a couple of touchdown runs. You guys were up 13 and 12, and that's where it stood till late in the fourth quarter. Then things started to happen.
Yeah, things started falling off, and I think at the very end we were able to hit about a 40 or 41-yard field goal to what we thought was to seal this whole thing up. But what people will remember too is that was the game that Rob Johnson started over Doug Flutie, and I think that was the behind the scenes story was kind of I wouldn't say the locker room was split per se, but there were certainly mixed feelings on the call and the decision, and full credit to Rob because he got the game where we could win it, but I was always a firm believer that if Doug Flutie was playing, it wouldn't have come down to a field goal or a throwback that was either a forward lateral or not. That certainly made that was a game-breaking play of the game.
Well, to point the page, just to fill in the blanks there, 13-12 is the score after Smith's 2 touchdowns. A guy you'll all remember called Al Del Greco was kicking. I think he might have been towards the end of his career then for Tennessee. He hits a field goal to make it 15-13, only 1:28 left. Obviously, Johnson gets the team in position, Steve. They bring you in. You hammer through that 41-yarder, but there's only 16 seconds left on the clock. So now you guys are thinking to yourself on the sidelines, we've got it won, right? Then take me through. You guys have got the huddle on the sideline. It seems to me I recall you made a short, low kickoff, and a guy called Lorenzo Neal caught the ball near the 25-yard line. Like you didn't kick it deep to the receivers, right?
No, it was not low, but high. It was a pop-up kick to the right side of the field to about the 20. I mean, I hit it to where I was, that was the call. Pooch kick right, and that's where, you get the ball up in the air to the right corner around the 20-yard line. And roughly that's where it went. And then our entire kickoff team, apart from a couple of guys, all moved over to the left-hand side of the field, which set up the perfect scenario for a throwback. And I think Donovan Greer was the only other guy on the right side of the field with me, and I'm not going to get anybody. Not at that point in my career, and certainly not at a $185.
So that explains why when the guy's name was Frank Wycheck, and he turned around and he threw that forward pass or low lateral, whatever you want to call it, to a guy called Kevin Dyson. And then Dyson just sprinted right down the left sideline 75 yards for the touchdown. And you just explained why that happened.
Well, yeah, Donovan Greer was hit probably earlier on by 2 or 3 guys, and I had one guy on me and 2 guys behind him. There's no way for the 2 of us to get to Dyson as he was streaking down the sideline. So, it was a great play. Alan Lowry, the special teams coach for Tennessee at the time, used to be my special teams coach in Tampa when I started down here. And he's a pretty clever special teams coach. He had a great play, and he'll be forever remembered for that play. I guess the argument though was whether it's forward or not.
Well, the referee took forever to make up his mind. Still arguing about it to this day, but it stood, and as it happened, if you recall, Steve Christie, the Titans made it to the Super Bowl that year. They tied the Rams. They came from behind to tie them, and the Rams ended up coming out on top of that game 23-16. So I guess at least you lost it to the Super Bowl champion.